Okay, back to part 2 of the fathon build. Alright, as you saw in my previous video, I took it apart. Now, I cleaned it in kerosene. I got a paintbrush and a little pan just to wash all the grease off of it best I can. This is metal, as well as this body over here. It is made in China, as you can see there. This is plastic, this little side piece. It's okay. A little better, but anyways, also this is the spool. Has the Carbon X drag washer inside with stainless steel bearings. Anyways, let's get to it. First, I'm going to put these bearings in. Okay, that's the first bearing. This is the secondary bearing for the pinion gear. It should be a slide fit. If you hit to force it, stop, pull it out, and retry. Alright, that's done. Next is the main gear. Main gear is stainless steel. Looks like they drilled it out, which is nice. So it makes it lighter. The grease of choice is Penn grill grease. It's like a blue in color. As for the drag grease, I'm using Cal's drag grease. It's a brown in color. Okay, we're going to get a paintbrush. Start painting it up. Not too much grease, but you don't want to put too little, but just enough to cover the surface. I don't want to slather in grease, but okay, the shaft's done. Let's do the gear. Okay, that's greased. Slide the pinion gear inside. Before we do that, we're going to put some oil on there, on the bearing. I like to use Arctic hydraulic oil as my real lube. It's a little cheaper. Well, you get a large bottle though when you buy it. Slide that in there just like that. Quick little spin. Okay, next is the pinion gear. Grease that up as well. Okay, that's lathered up in grease. The round shaft goes into the bearing, just like so. It turns. Also really helps to have some schematics to show you how to put it together, how to put it together again. Okay, next is this piece over here. Put that in. And then after that, this piece. And next is the anti-reverse dogs. That's these two pieces. It's a dual dog design, so it has not one, but two anti-reverse pins. We're going to get some tweezers. These are kind of small. We're going to slide that piece of copper in between the gear. The second one, you can see how they stick in there like that. So as it's turning, these copper tabs will catch on here and it'll make it stop like that. Okay, a little tricky, but you can see I'm turning it and the dogs are reversing, and they engage, disengage as you turn it, and that's what causes when you reel it in, you can't reverse. Okay, we're going to put some grease on that as well. Okay, that's done. Next is the pressure plate. There's a little square notch that goes in the bottom. Just like that. And then there is a bearing that goes in here. My finger is pointing. Just like so. This is done. We're going to put this aside. Now we're going to look at the spool assembly. This is your clicker where it engages. There is a bearing and a wash underneath that. And you turn this around. You remove these two screws and you should be able to see this part right here. My thumb's pointing. That's what's inside here, like that. So there's a roller bearing, but there's no reason to take it apart because it's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to slide the shaft in there. just like that. Next, we're going to lube up the anti-reverse, or the, excuse me, we're going to lube up the clicker dog, so it reduces wear or corrosion. Paint it up just like so. Not the best light conditions, but best I can do right now. Also going to lube up this piece of plastic. That's just so when a fish takes it, it doesn't wear in too quickly. But yet again, we're not going to slather in grease, but just a generous amount. Okay. Slide that together. Okay, that's together just like that. Next, we're going to put the spring on the shaft. Next, we're going to use that dried grease that I showed you earlier. We're going to put a little bit on, not a lot. Put it on the drag washer. I get my finger, maybe just kind of rub it in a little bit.